So Lindsay's gone through this whole confession session on Ignition, falling in and out of love with cars. So it's time for my little confession. I love women in leather. Now, when you think about that, this would be the ultimate fantasy, wouldn't it? Like really in your face, powerful bike, woman, leather. Wow, it really is amazing. But there's the other side of a leather fantasy. Woman, hand-stitched, refined leather. Wow, you look good in leather, Lindsay.
Thanks, Morris, but what we really want to find out about your leather fantasy today is which one works better on a breakfast run, which is why we've got the new BMW Hyper Sports bike and Bentley's new Flying Spur Speed.
What more can a guy want? Leather for breakfast.
The BMW K1300S, 129 kilowatts and 140 newton meters of torque at more than 8,000 revs. The Beamer's secret weapon, Elaine Zoetendijk from Two Wheels, who not only looks great in leather, but can also ride a bike really fast. Off the line, there's no contest. The Bentley's 0 to 100 time of 4.5 seconds is impressive, but no match for the latest from Motorrad. At just 254 kilograms, it can hit top speeds in no time at all, although limited for obvious reasons. Dragging 3 tons of weight around, it's not about 0 to 100 in the Bentley. It's about 0 to 300, or 322 to be exact, a top speed that comes rather quicker than you'd expect. Around corners, you do feel the weight, and on braking too, but really that's to be expected. So, which one of the leather fantasies wins?
That's an impossible question to answer, really. I mean, obviously the traditional in-your-face bike leather fantasy, blisteringly quick off the mark, but then at the end of the day, there's bring your mates and enjoy the ride in the Bentley. So I think it's fair to say Two Wheels won this little battle over Ignition in terms of getting there the quickest.
Absolutely, but we could take all our viewers, well, not all our viewers with us because we've got more than 4 viewers.
We've got more than 4 viewers, right? Yeah, but I mean, this really is absolutely luxurious.
It is.
You can kick back in there and relax and take it easy, whereas I think you might be quite knackered after a breakfast run on the bike.
Sure, but you do have heated grips on the bike.
You've got a heated steering wheel in the Bentley as well, so your hands stay warm. I mean, it's amazing. But I think for me, with this whole little fantasy, at least I know that my leather fetish, when it arrives, is not going to have helmet hair and is not going to be knackered.
Sure.
Well, I said knackered. Tired. And we'll still have enough energy to be able to fulfill a couple of other fantasies.
And of course, by that, Marius, you mean the fantasy of driving a R3.5 million Bentley.
It's insane. I wish I could afford to buy one, but I think just the experience of driving a car with all that status, a Bentley, 3.5 million, and I got to drive it is quite a thrill.
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about the way it looks. I mean, just look at that car.
It's incredible the status, just driving it. That Bentley badge seems to be worth at least R1 million on the car alone. In terms of styling cues that have changed, you can see the chrome etching they've brought in around the lights. They've run that chrome throughout, but the lines are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Also widened up the rear tailpipe so it actually reflects on what you see on those lights.
You also got those 20-inch wheels, which is standard on the Speed because on the Spur they're 19-inch.
Yeah, and they also
handle the speed.
They're also rated to 300 kilometers an hour. Now they're saying the true speed is 320 on the top end. That's
322.
That's claimed. Wow, but the tires certainly can do it, and the lines do run for a big car. It's amazing. You look at it, you say, "Wow, look how big this car is." But I don't know.
5.5 meters.
Yeah, but the lines seem to make it look a lot more compact, I guess.
I disagree. I think it's a boat. It is a bit of a boat. It's a very expensive, beautiful boat, but it's a boat.
And it's a boat that goes really fast. Have a look at that grille we're talking about. So they've brought that wire mesh through, and they've put on the front air intakes as well. So it looks a lot more aggressive, and the grille is more vertical, which you don't get on the standard Flying Spur. So the Speed's got some nice change. The little Bentley badge pops up as well. It truly is beautiful. You've summed up the Bentley badge quite well, though, haven't you?
Yeah, it's snob with a capital B. That's why you see those B's all over the car.
But this is where the real fun happens.
Yeah.
6-litre twin turbo.
W12.
It's absolutely insane. The kilowatts, 449 kilowatts.
Yeah, but more surprising is the torque. I mean, 750 newton meters of torque. Where do you ever hear a figure like that?
And it's available from 1,850 RPM. So, but it's how it pulls away. It actually doesn't feel like you're cruising. You look down at that speeder, you can't believe how quickly you go.
You don't feel the speed at all, do you?
You know what though? I know you say that I'm incorrect to say that you feel the weight, but maybe it's because I'm a small person. But I mean, I really felt the weight of this car in braking and cornering.
Yeah, you've got 2.5, nearly 3 tons you're dragging around. But I think what I just enjoyed going through tight little corners or being nifty on a highway, you can actually put into those little spaces. Sure, the car's long, you've got to be aware of that, but how it feels when you're driving, you don't really notice it that much. When you are braking, the brakes do what they need to do, but it's amazing that a car that size can be that agile.
But now we're on to interiors. I mean, this is where you really want to be. You've got seats that massage you while you're driving. And that's not just the front seats, that's the back seats as well.
Quite funny, the steering wheel at Bentley, they don't call it the steering wheel, they call it the goat's head, because it does actually look like it.
It does a bit. What do you think of that aluminium brushed
Yeah, that's another one of the
finish?
changes that they've put in the Flying Spur Speed. I like it. It just carries on that chrome work they've got outside and brings it through.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the beveling. The beveling is even on the key, right through the gear knobs, all the adjustments
lovely,
on the
hey?
sat nav.
Nice feel. Very nice feel there.
mean,
I didn't like those.
I loved it.
Funny, it's like mini-esque, that. It's kind of like Pilot's thing, which you also feel
Exactly.
on the pedals, on the steering wheel. Look at that.
But
I mean,
but
it's
it
like
is piloty.
so...
It's like you're sitting in the cockpit of your old
Yeah, but-
classic plane. It's. But I know we're allowed to disagree on this. And it's got your little port, so you can plug in your laptop, or you can put in your DVD player, and it's got obviously the DVD screens that come standard. So you really are getting entertained at the back. But the car is handmade, so I mean you look at the leather interior with that little diamond etching.
Yeah.
Seats are super comfortable. But that's what you're
You know,
paying for.
they use, 11 different leathers that you can choose from. And the sound system. How do you pronounce that?
Name, it's name, and it's the most powerful sound system ever put into a car, 1,100 watts, but that is not
Crazy,
standard.
yeah.
That is beautiful. I love the fact that you've got all the settings in terms of your drivability on the car. You can raise your ride out on dodgy roads, and you can crank up your suspension.
And it's also very user-friendly. It's very easy to operate that. And the space in the back. I mean, I suppose it's really the limo market, isn't
Yeah.
it? That they're...
But that's the thing. I mean, do you want to sit in the back or do you want to drive? And I think that is the joy.
Ooh, tough choice.
You can recline the back seats.
Yeah.
There is so much leg room. You can invite a family to join you. I'd want to drive it because that
I'd
engine...
want to sit in the back. That makes it perfect.
Well, then, why don't you buy the Bentley and then I'm happy. I'll drive you around.
Sure, I'll just find myself a sugar daddy for that 3.5 million rand price tag.